So I just want to continue to our chapter or our lesson to question 3. We have covered the last sessions of on liquidity and financing ratio, all these types of ratio you have to not you have to. So I hope you can switch off your what microphone, and if necessary, if you want to raise the questions, then you have to you just on akan on balik lah, you want to tanya soalan. Okay, so question 3 is a part of part 3 of the segment analysis. We have divided into several sections, several questions. How is the firm financing its asset? So bagaimana satu firma itu boleh membiayai aset? Macam mana membiayai aset ni? Maksudnya duit aset tu mahal mahal harganya. Contohnya kalau awak nak beli aset, contohnya nak beli mesin, harganya RM500,000. So the machine cost RM500,000. Then your company didn't have much money. Mungkin duit itu digunakan untuk tujuan-tujuan lain. So the money you save in your bank account required for another purposes. So we need some extra money to financing or to buy asset. So how we examine the question? How is it the firm financing its assets? Does the firm finance its asset by debt or equity or both? Maksudnya, adakah awak beli aset itu menggunakan hutang ataupun meminjam ataupun equity? Equity maksudnya awak dapatkan saham. Contohnya awak ada adik-beradik ke, ada kawan-kawan, tak laburkan saham, awak dapatkan duit daripada kawan-kawan awak. So ia adalah sebagai saham dia lah. Kalau untung akan dibahagikan. Kalau pinjaman, awak kena bayar apa? Awak kena bayar ansuran bulanan, principal and interest. Equity you have to pay. You have to what you have promised is you have to pay the apa yang awak pinjam dan juga profit yang awak dapat. Ataupun mungkin awak boleh guna kedua-dua kaedah. Awak pinjam sikit and then the rest, for example, the machine cost of 1 million, then 600,000 or 60% you can get money from debt, or the rest 40% from equity, or equity meaning you get from the shares, from investment, from investor invest at your company, then you have to pay the dividends. So by awak boleh dapatkan pembiayaan aset tersebut yang mahal tersebut menggunakan pinjaman ataupun saham ataupun kedua-duanya. Dan kita untuk menjawab persoalan ni, we use the following two ratios to answer the question: debt ratio and time interest earned. Debt ratio is yang ia berkaitan dengan hutang. Debt is hutang, ratio is nisbah. So what the formula use in debt ratio? So you can saya dah beri nanti awak pergi ke content boleh tak, yang content yang ada statement Home Depot tu, financial statement Home Depot tu. Janganlah yang last class tu, yang awak boleh kira ratio-nya lah, debt rate, dia punya turnover, asset turnover. You use the financial statement Home Depot for our purpose, for our class, so that you can realize or menghargai, appreciate of the formula you can use. So we have two ratio or two type of ratio: debt ratio and time interest earned. So debt ratio, so this formula you no need to memorize, or you no need to ingat. You have to understand. So the formula will be given in the final. So you no need to memorize. That you have to understand. The ratio indicates what the debt ratio. Actually, what is the debt ratio? What is a debt ratio? Debt hutang. So awak berhutang sebenarnya nak beli aset. Sebenarnya lah. Actually, you make it loan, your debt is increasing because you want to buy an asset. Contohnya awak nak beli motor, awak duit tak ada, you kena pinjam dengan bank ataupun dengan kedai Cina tu ya. So you have to make loan at the financial institutions. So debt ratio, the formula of debt ratio is total debt and divide by asset. So this one, kenapa dia debt ratio, maksudnya dia debt ratio to asset, total asset. So debt ratio, with the well known for debt ratio, you have to divide the total debts divide by total asset. This ratio indicates the percentage of the firm asset. Peratusan asset that are financed by debt. Maksudnya daripada aset tersebut, adakah semua aset itu dipinjam melalui pinjaman ataupun melalui equity, ya? So kita nak melihat kalau semua melalui aset, so kita kebergantungan kita kepada pinjaman terlalu tinggi. So kita kena bayarlah interest dia. Okay. So debt ratio is total debt divided by total asset. This is the formula. Cuba awak dapatkan debt ratio for the Home Depot. Okay, you can try now. You just refer to financial statement that you have already used. In the last class, whether you can use you can refer to your notes or your writing or your in the BB, or you can either you print out. So what is the figure? Kalau dah dapat, saya akan panggil salah seorang. I can call any one of you to. Saya akan panggil yang datang tadi, Lim Jun Tek lah ya. So Lim Jun Tek, so please write down the answer and take the pictures of the answer and just WhatsApp, send forward to your WhatsApp or upload to your WhatsApp. What the answer of Home Depot by using this formula. Okay, I will wait for your answer. Actually, you have to, all of you need to answer these questions, all the students, and I need one of you. I choose Lim Jun Tek to answer and to WhatsApp the answer into WhatsApp group. Alright? You just take a picture of Lim Jun Tek. So Jason, the line is having problem still loading. So the rest is coming. Is already attend the class. Uh, dalam kelas awak ada 2 puteri ke 1 puteri? Ada puteri Gunung Ledang tak sini? Okey, Faizal ada puteri. Okey. Faizal ada masalah kelas tak Faizal? Ada pernah datang tak? Ataupun so I will wait answer from Lim Jun Tech before I will proceed next slide or before Lim Jun Tech. Okay, very good Lim Jun Tech. So the rest have you got the answer? So why do you use the graph paper? It's not the mathematics or statistics subject. This is financial management. So
ada extra paper, so guna lah.
So better you use A4 paper, then it's more clear. Or test pad. The paper, I prefer you use the A4 paper because you are free to draw and to write anywhere, any place, and no boundaries.
Okay, sir. Thank you for your advice.
So I just want to share whether your answer is correct. Okay. Nearly. Okay. Jawapan betul lah. Tepat Alright. 21 to 236 divided by 41 to 5. Then the answer is 0.53 equivalent to 53%. What the meaning of 53%? Maksudnya daripada aset, keseluruhan nilai aset adalah 40,125. The total asset is 40,125 million. 43% of the 40 millions, or just half of the total asset financed by debt. Pinjaman is banyak 21 million. So the company have to careful, berhati-hati, because the company need to pay monthly basis the debts. If you say the debt the company have to pay the interest or principal every month. So itu yang susahnya company ni, you have to pay the debt. So this is very important. Might be you just this is what in your assignment again, this is very important. Notes. So you use this word, or you can use your own word, or you can extend these explanations. So you can refer to these explanations. So might be better you write down. Because of my previous students, the students are unable to explain. They just write down only the formula and also the answer. And when when it comes to explanation, they fail to do better. So Home Depot finance 53% of its asset by debts, and the rest of 47 by equity. So the ratio is higher than Lowe's debt ratio of 46. So the Lowe is the other company. Just for reference, for your purpose, for your company, you have to calculate two companies. Then you have to refer. The ratio is higher. So sebenarnya kalau tinggi tak berapa elok. Kalau terlalu tinggi, kita memilih debt ratio yang rendah. We prefer the debt ratio, the low debt ratio. Kita memilih nisbah hutang yang rendah di antara dua company. We choose the lowest debt ratio between two companies. Ya. Kalau macamlah kalau ada awak berjumpa dengan dua orang. Seorang ni banyak hutang, seorang tak ada hutang. Dia juntik lagi lah sebab dia selalu nak jawab ni. Orang yang banyak hutang lebih berkerut ke muka dia ataupun yang tak ada hutang? So yang banyak masalah ialah apa? Antara dua orang, seorang yang berhutang dan seorang yang tak berhutang. Which one is you assume is lebih bahagia lah.
Yang kurang hutang.
Good. So daripada sini kita boleh tahu bahawa kalau boleh, tapi dekat sini dia tak sebut, tapi for my opinion is prefer the lowest debt ratio between two companies. And then the time interest earned. Time interest earned is interest is faedah ataupun belanja faedah. Awak tahu tak faedah? Contohnya kalau for example you pinjam dengan saya 1,000, you owe me 1,000 ringgit, then I'll charge you interest of 10 ringgit. This is what we call interest. In Islam is prohibited atau dilarang menggunakan interest dalam Islam. So 10 ringgit So yang ini dinamakan interest. Dia lebih daripada pinjaman yang kita pinjam RM1,000 ni. Itu maksudnya interest. The ratio indicate the amount of operating income available to service. Maksudnya macam mana awak nak bayar interest ni? Awak pinjam-pinjam tapi tak berniaga, macam mana nak bayar Macam mana nak bayar? Duit memang dapat, tapi the question is how you can pay the interest. Mampu ke tidak awak membayar? Sebab itu awak need to business. Your business is akan dapat untung. Your business will get the profit, and from profit you able to pay interest. That's why we have to analyze this interest and operating income. Why do you use operating income? In UK, they use operating income, and in Malaysia, and apa yang awak tahu lah, income adalah profit. Okay, kerana perkataan income, it always refer to profit. Profit, not revenue. It's not revenue, it's profit. Net profit. What we call income is net profit. You jual, contohnya RM1,000 harga handphone awak beli yang harga 700. So untung berapa? 300 is profit. Then this profit will be used to pay the interest. That's why we easy to analyze the company. Adakah ia mampu, this company is able to pay the interest? Adakah ia mampu untuk membayar interest? So you can use this formula. Time interest earned is equal to operating profit divided by interest expense. So from your operating profits, and you have to divide with interest expense. Interest expense is how much interest yang telah had been paid for. So awak boleh tahu figure interest ini daripada bank, ataupun you can easily calculate from the loan amount you already. Contohnya, for example, 10% interest kan, daripada 1,000, 10% kali 1,100. So from profit tu berapa banyak, kalau kita nak memikirkan berapa banyak untung tu boleh kita, kalau banyak untung, banyaklah kita boleh bayar interest. So the best between two companies is the time interest earned is high between two companies. Then I will choose another Muhammad Faizal bin Lasik. Faizal, saya Putri dulu lah, Putri. Sebab mungkin Muhammad Faizal ni Putri boleh tak? Putri Faizal mungkin lambat sikit tadi datang. Putri boleh tak jawab soalan ni? So you refer to the financial statements of Home Depot, and please find out the figure of the operating profit and the figure of the interest expense, then you can get the answer. So the rest also can answer. You have to freely lah. You have to answer by your own. Then then Putri have to answer and snap the answer, and also and upload to detailkan sikit boleh tak, macam yang Linjun Tech buat detail dia ada nama. Okay ya, you kalau tak nak ambil gambar pun you tulis. You have to calculate the ratio formula and the figure, and you have to refer to Linjun Tech answer. So if you want to refer later, next class or tomorrow, then easy to other students to look the working. So Putri needs to rework your answer. Buat panjang sikit lah jawapan awak. So if one of you tak dapat datang ke, ada masalah internet, then you always can refer to my YouTube. Lepas ni kita dah fokus. The next chapter is compulsory. That's why for this time being saya tak wajibkan lah. Tapi for next class, the class is compulsory because all the question will be come out in the final. So I wait your answer, Putri. Can you buat balik jawapan tadi? Buat balik dengan tajuk dia, dengan formula dia. Tak payah by percent, because this is berapa kali maksudnya no need to percent, no need to times 100. So Putri awak kena tulis formula je, formula jawapan tu dah betul lah. So kalau kita bandingkan antara dua company, kita akan memilih yang tertinggi. So the higher is better. Okay, Putri jawapannya betul. 10.9 Home Depot's operating income is nearly 11. Nearly means 10.9 is near to 11. Maksudnya dia punya profit boleh menampung 11 kali ganda. Awak tengok profit dia ialah 5,803, sementara interest yang perlu dibayar hanya 530, bukan hanya 530. So the profit is, the minimum pay is interest actually. So if the bank receive interest, then the bank will minimum lah, happy lah, tak adalah dikenakan bankrupt dan sebagainya. So dia 10 ganti 11 kali ganda. Kalau ada company lows is hanya 9 kali. So we as the analyst, you have to choose home depot compared to lows. So if your purposes, you have to calculate two companies, then you have to compare. If higher, you choose the highest one because it memberi gambaran, give the pictures of stability, or the company can afford to pay the interest. Alright. Interest is not paid with income but with cash. Oftentimes, firms are required to repay part of the principal annually. Thus, time interest earned is only accrued measures of the firm capacity to service its debt. So ini hanya untuk, sebab dia ada figure interest tu, dia hanya untuk tujuan pengiraan saja. Sebab kita bukan bayar interest saja. You need to pay the principal. Dia time interest earn ni dia bukannya keseluruhan, dia hanya sebahagian. The accrued measure is just part of the measurements. Interest is not paid with income but with cash. So ni dia punya nota tambahan lah. Okay, this is a comparison between the two companies. Between home and Lowe's. Home low 53% and Lowe 46%. So debt ratio yang biru merah ni tak ada maksud apa-apa, cuma kita pilih debt ratio yang rendah and time interest yang tinggi. Okay. So this is the summary. You have to, in your assignment, need to provide the summary. Okay, next ratio is question 4. Other firms manages providing a good return on the capital provided by the company shareholder. Yang ini yang diberitahu bahawa untuk pemegang saham nak dia punya income dia lah. Pemegang saham macam awak labur pada satu company, dia nak tahu pulangan. Adakah company ni memberi pulangan yang baik? So kalau awak nak invest itu, awak kena tengok lah return on equity. The firm's managers providing. Firm managers ni maksudnya accountant dia ke ataupun CEO dia mengurus dengan baik ke tidak. This is analysed by computing what the formula used for this formula. This is analysed by computing the firm's accounting returns on common stockholder investment or return on. Yang nama ni dinamakan ROE. Kalau awak perasan nanti, dia akan sebut, kalau ringkasan ROE stand for return on equity. return, we refer to net income ataupun net profit ya. Equity refer to total common equity. Equity saham lah. Kalau perhatikan, kalau nak mulakan bisnes, kita mulakan saham, pelaburan daripada pelabur-pelabur. So profit itu akan kita bahagikan dengan jumlah saham. Jumlah saham yang telah dilaburkan oleh pemegang saham. So net income, awak tulis you have to write down net income is refers to net profit. So net profit sebenarnya lah setiap tahun. Setiap tahun ada net profit dia. Tahun pertama ada net profit dia, tahun kedua net profit dia, lain pula every year in the 1 year transactions, 1 year period, time period for accounting principle. So every year the company need to show the net profit. Dan total common equity actually kadang-kadang adalah sama setiap tahun sebab dia adalah balance sheet figure. So this is P&L. Okay, P&L. Dan total common equity is balance sheet. So kalau yang P&L dia tiap-tiap tahun adalah lain, ataupun dia bermula daripada kosong and dia ada key untuk tempoh setahun. Tapi total common equity lah dia baki yang akan dibawa setiap tahun. So might be the same, or might be increase, or might be decrease. So net income you will find out in the P&L, profit and loss statement, and total profit and loss find out. Common equity and balance sheet. So you always refers to this two statement, whether profit and loss or balance sheet. The other name of balance sheet is financial positions, and profit and loss is income statement. So please calculate. So I will call the name, one of your name. So kunci dah tulis dah, okay, good. Muhammad Farid Tiu dah. Muhammad Farid Tiu, and the rest of you need to answer this question. This is the time, ni peluang awak untuk menjawab. So Farid Tiu ni, you can answer and write down the answer into your piece of paper and take a photo and upload to your WhatsApp group. And yang sama macam yang itulah Putri dan tu buat. I will wait your answer, and I will wait your answer. Before continue to my slide, next slide. Okay, good. But you. Or can you Farid can you times with hundreds given to percentage wise, converted to percentage wise, you need to times with 100, and when the kalau awak biarkan jawapan tu pun boleh terima lah, tetapi lebih nampak lagi lah, you can easily okay, very fast. Very good. So common stock notes. Common equity includes ROE, return on equity. Common equity includes both common stock and retained earnings. Okay, the answer, and Farid answer 5, 6, 8, 18. Okay, correct. Tepat. So you also can refer your answer with this answer or Farid. Both are correct. Owners of Home Depot are receiving a higher return, 17.7% compared to Lowe's 11.1%. Then, if you compare between two companies, Home Depot and Lowe's, then which company you prefer? Absolutely is Home Depot, because the ROE is higher than Lowe's. Okay. One of reason for higher ROE is the higher return on asset generated by Home Depot. So dia boleh juga digambarkan kalau kita refer balik yang lepas, yang when you consider the previous ratio on return on asset, Home Depot also contribute the higher return on asset compared to Depot. That's why it's lebih kurang lah. Kalau biasanya return on asset tinggi, ROE for that particular company also tinggi ya. So ia berkait rapat dengan return. Okay. Also, Home Depot use more debt. Higher debt translate to higher ROE under favorable business condition. So this is one more thing. Tetapi kita tak boleh nak terima prinsipal ini. Kebanyakan company boleh terima, ada company tak boleh terima. Higher debt translate to higher ROE under favorable business condition. For example, kalau zaman ni KPI apa ni? PKPI ni PKP kan? COVID-19. Banyak dah terlangkuk kan? Sebab dia tak mampu nak bayar pinjaman. Tapi ada juga company yang boleh. Contohnya internet, Facebook ke, company-company yang berkaitan dengan food, dengan internet, dengan e-commerce, then you can rely, awak boleh percaya pada this formula. The rest of debt ratio is not, tak boleh dipercaya. Kalau maksudnya kalau dia kata kat sini banyaknya hutang ada bagus. Kenapa dia kata gitu? Kenapa dia kata gitu? Saya kurang percaya sebab pada certain company ia boleh, ya. Maksudnya kalau nak berkembang dia perlukan pinjaman. Tapi ada certain company tak perlu pinjaman pun, dia masih lagi boleh untung yang besar. So you have to very careful using of this ratio, debt ratio, of these explanations. The higher debt translate to higher ROE under favorable business condition because of this is the syarat under the favorable business. Syarat lah. Kalau contohnya company tu yang macam saya dah KP dia tak boleh nak survive, banyak yang dia tutup kan. Tapi kalau company yang yalah, PKP pun tak boleh tutup, so higher debt is translate. So you use the words of translate, pictures translate kepada bank business yang baik. So yang ni tak perlu lah, yang ni lagi pening lah. So kita dah diberi dia punya apa ni Home Depot lah, return on asset dia 17.7%. Kalau awak nak ringkaskan lah dalam bentuk yang lebih cantik lah, operating dia dah satu kumpulan sebenarnya. This is in the same group. Operating return 14.5%, use of debt financing 53%. This is the operating profit margin and total asset turnover. Okay, this is the summary. The summary. Home Depot return on equity is higher compared to Lowe's. Okay. So the rest is not very important because of I just saya kena cepatkan lah. We can use two approach to answer this question. The first manager creating shareholder value, market value ratio, or PE. PE is price per earnings. So price per earning ratio ni ni awak pun boleh cuba juga kalau dapat. Formula dia lah market price per share and divide by earnings per share, EPS. Inilah apa? EPS. EPS ni selalulah earning per share, ni MPS. Market price ni mesti diberitahu lah. Measure how much investors are willing to pay for off-reported earnings. So earning per share ni ialah reported, yang dicatatkan dalam financial statement, yang real punya, yang orang kata dah telah diaudit. Earning bagi market ni lah berdasarkan harga saham. Harga market pasaran ni sentiasa berubah-ubah. Okey. Kalau macam dekat Lubnan baru-baru ni meletup, so harga saham jatuh. Harga saham ni naik, meningkat ni, pasaran saham ni, harga pasaran market price is ada macam-macam lah dia punya ni, punca dia. Kadang-kadang tukar kerajaan naik, kadang-kadang tukar kerajaan pun turun. Kita tak boleh baca kadang-kadang harga. Kadang-kadang it depends on the ringgit price, US dollar price. Kadang-kadang depend pada yalah, keyakinan contohnya pada company. Contohnya AirAsia kan, tengok dekat hotel orang dah nak tutup, company lain nak tutup, so harga saham kita pun tak confident, orang jual. Akhirnya harga saham akan jatuh. So apa yang AirAsia buat sekarang, dia pinjam 1 billion kan, tapi rasanya tak boleh juga tu. Sebab apa? Dia tak boleh nak terbang lebih daripada luar negara kan, pergi Arab Saudi, Mekah pun tak boleh. So how dia nak untung kan. Macam hotel-hotel pun banyak tutup kan. So market price it also depends on the environment, situations, news, or confidence level of the investor. So they will vary, berubah-ubah harga dia. So price earning ratio, awak cuba cari boleh tak? Daripada kalau boleh lah, dapat tak? Minta tolong one of you. Saya akan sebut nama Chairline ni saya sebut. So challenge also, if you got the rest, yang lain pun kena jawab juga ya. And challenge ni kena ambil gambar, hantarkan jawapan ni. Nur Iman Husna pun ada masalah komputer line. So yang kadang internet ni kadang-kadang dia kena tolak angin kadang-kadang alih-alih off Tetapi don't worry. Tapi nanti kat final nanti awak kena sewa kot kat mana-mana yang kuat ke kan, ataupun mohon lalu asrama ke yang line rendah sangat ni. Untuk final ni saya takut nanti awak tak boleh nak upload the answers. Okey, channel ada tak jawapan ni? Earning per share. Why dia bila the share? Okay, saya buat mungkin ada yang ni agak susah sikit. Dapat tak earning per share 2.06 tu? Dapat tak? So earning per share will be provided. So you have to find out yourself what the figure of earning per share. So if not provide from the question, then assume that earning per share is 2.0. But earning per share akan diberi sebenarnya.
Sir. Oh, sir.
Yes.
Macam mana dapat market price per
Market
share?
earning per share ada tak kat situ?
Ada marketing expenses gitu lah.
Earning per share pun tak ada.
Tak ada, yang ada cuma earning per share sahaja.
2.06
2.06.
Oh, market per share tak ada
Tak ada.
Oh, market per share tu awak salin je lah. Itu adalah dia punya ni lah. Awak kena cari dekat dia punya apa nota-nota lain. Mungkin tak ada dalam tak ada dalam financial statement. Dia akan we can get from the Google. Alright. So assume that market per share is 36.77. Yang ni yang penting yang ni lah market price per share ni awak boleh tengok daripada Google lah. Contohnya harga saham awak tulis je market price today contohnya. So ataupun pada hujung tahun. Kalau tak ada, jangan masukkan formula ni tau. So in your assignment, if the data is not available, then do not use this price per earning ratio. Alright? So you can avoid. You boleh tinggalkan. You can leave. You can boleh abaikan this ratio because it's hard or difficult to get the market price per shares. So price per earnings is investors are willing pay more for home depot for every dollar of earning per share compared to Lowe's. So maksudnya dia punya market price adalah 17 kali ganda kalau harga dia dengan earning per share. Maksudnya kalau harganya sebenarnya tinggi lah bagus lah company dalam keadaan stable. So investor are willing to pay more. So harga sebenarnya adalah tinggi. Harga saham tu sebenarnya harga yang orang kata laku lah Contohnya kalau kereta Honda contohnya Tapi kalau ikutkan company punya harga dia hanya berapa ringgit adalah cost dia kan. Tapi kalau kereta Honda bila sampai ke market harga dah tinggi. So maksudnya harga dia stable dan orang banyak beli, orang berminat. Berbanding dengan kereta contohnya kereta Suzuki contohnya kan. Okay, kalau Suzuki rendah sikit sebab dia punya market price mungkin lebih rendah daripada Honda. So you have contohnya lah Samsung dengan Redmi contohnya. Samsung lebih tinggi dia punya market price dia. Okay. So menunjukkan kestabilan company. Dan seterusnya ialah yang ni awak je salin saja ataupun sebab itu dah terbukti memang tak ada. Price or book ratio is market price per equity book value per share. So market price we use the same figure 36.77 equity book value per share is 11.64. Maksudnya harga nilai equity sesaham. A ratio greater than 1 indicate that the shares are more valuable. Yang ni awak kena highlightkan. Kalau lebih pada 1, ia menunjukkan saham itu lebih bernilai. Okey. Disebabkan harga dengan equity, harganya yang kita jangkakan lebih 3, tapi sebenarnya RM1 saja. So dia adalah lebih baik. Lebih 1 adalah lebih bagus than what the originally paid. The ratio is significantly higher than Lowe's ratio 1.95, suggesting that Home Depot is perceived as having better growth. Perkataan ni pun bagus having better growth prospect relative to its risk. So kalau lebih tinggi, perkembangan dia adalah lebih baik berbanding dengan risiko. Risiko ni macam-macam lah kita sekarang ni kan. Risiko tak boleh berniaga. Mana kita tak jangka lah in COVID-19 ni. So some of the company will collapse or bankrupt. For example, yang company besar pun ni yang buat kapal terbang, bukan collapse lah, berhentikan pekerja lah. So ada company yang berhentikan pekerja, dah ambil pekerja baru. Kenapa dia berhentikan pekerja? Kerana gaji dia terlalu tinggi, dan kalau hire new staff, then the salary paid is low than senior staff. Tapi kalau yang hati-hatilah, saya ingatkan kalau macam Asia tu, mungkin yang senior hati-hati dengan record company. Ada yang dia mengekalkan staff yang lama, staff yang tak ada function dia akan kurangkan. Okey, itu ada juga company. So kita nak melihat jugalah kepada dia punya ni, kalau macam Asia, dia akan buangkanlah yang staff yang tak function contohnya. Yang masih, contohnya kalau macam pilot kalau terbang tu memang tak boleh pergi ke luar negara contohnya kan. So mungkin dia akan berhentikan kerja pilot dan sebagainya. Tapi yang masih ada, dia tak berhentikan itu yang tapi Asia yang bagus, yang baiknya lah dia telah mendapatkan dana 1 bilion 1,000 juta untuk financing aktiviti kurangan yang economic value added ni awak ni just untuk pengetahuan, awak assume tak function lah, tak berguna sangat, abaikan lah. So yang ni dia just ceritakan lah. EVA is operating return on asset is 14.5%, divide minus by 10%, assume cost of capital 10%. Cost of capital nanti kita akan belajar next chapter lah. Cost of capital 10% and times with total asset. EVA for Home Depot is 1.806 billion. So when compared to the companies between Home Depot and Lowe's, so price earning ratios of Home is 17.85, better than Lowe's. Red and blue color is no meaning at all. It just compared to the different company. And price book ratio also Home Depot is good, better than Lowe's. So we prefer the higher the better for this ratio. But we have already covered the ratio, but also I want to share the limitation or kekurangan. Apakah kekurangan dia? It is sometimes difficult to identify industry categories or comparable peers. awak akan menghadapi masalah company ni sesuai tak untuk dibandingkan. Ya. Kadang-kadang Mars dengan Asia pun tak sesuai. Mungkin Mars kerajaan punya funding. Contohnya nak bandingkan College YPJ dengan Universiti Malaya. Dua-dua education kan. Boleh dibandingkan? Tak boleh lah ya. Sebab Universiti Malaya besar dan lama ya. Dan government funding. Sunway dengan Universiti Malaya pun tak boleh. Universiti Malaya tu studentnya government funding lah ya, yuran murah kan. Sunway dengan Taylor mungkin ya. Sunway University dengan Taylor. College YPJ ni mungkin boleh compare dengan ni lah. Dengan yalah, College Yayasan Melaka. Okey. Awak nak compare dengan Samsung. Awak jangan compare Samsung dengan handphone yang kak tu yang tak ada nama China ke, tak boleh lah Inilah senang. Awak nak compare Usain Bolt tu yang pelari laju tu dengan tak startup lah kata The published peer group or industry average are only approximate. So hanya anggaran saja yang awak susah nak cari tadi market price earning per share. Industry average may not provide a desirable target ratio. So yang purata industri, kalau kita nak compare dengan industri, kadang-kadang figure tu tidak boleh dipercayai. Hanya telah ditetapkan target sajalah oleh analis. Accounting practices differ widely among firm. So kadang-kadang cara mengaccountkan debit apa, kredit apa berbeza. Okey. Income mungkin Asia cara account income dia berbeza dengan Mars. Belanja mungkin untuk belanja stationery contohnya adakah dia sebagai aset ataupun belanja, mungkin it's differ. Pengiraan stok so it's differ between companies and not daripada bila beza tu kita tak dapat nak buat keputusan yang tepat. A high or low ratio does not automatically lead to a specific conclusion. Kadang-kala dia punya ratio rendah tapi untung tinggi tapi ratio rendah. Ratio tinggi baik tapi untung rendah. So dia tak boleh satu ratio tu tak boleh membuat keputusan company tu bagus. Okey, dia punya duit banyak tapi in terms of investment pelaburan dia rendah kan. So akan datang mungkin collapse juga kan. Tapi ada company yang steady je kan, macam KFC tu tak tutup pun. Season may bias the numbers in the financial statement. Season maksudnya kadang-kala pada masa setahun tu dia tak kena pada tempoh ni lah. Tempoh season ni contoh musim cuti sekolah kan. Cuti sekolah tu pendek ke tak ada cuti sekolah. Bisnes sekolah je macam hotel kan. Cuti sekolah banyak hasil tu. Tapi memberi kesan lah kepada faktor musim ini. Okey, Alhamdulillah. So kita dah habis bab ni. Bab totally more on your assignment. And also membuat awak berfikir tentang refresh back your knowledge on financial statement analysis, and also kefahaman tentang akaun-akaun tu, dan juga yang berkaitan dengan interest, nanti the next chapter will be covered on more on interest, more on factor value, more on decisions to buy assets, or to withdraw, or to choose between the shares. Ada juga tadi yang berkaitan dengan equity, share. So awak dapat gambaran awal tentang keseluruhan akaun-akaun yang ada, so that easy to you to understand in next chapter. Hopefully easy to cover. And for next chapter is time value of money. It's been covered in your business spec. I assume you ada kefahaman sedikit, little understanding about the time value of money, and easier to you to pick up my notes and also the question and answer. And this the next chapter will come out, the next chapter will be come out to the final. So be careful on the next chapter, being more prepared. And I'm very afraid because of a final will be given 3 hours only. I afraid that your line will be a bit problem when you want to upload the final answers, submit the final answers.